So, well, you gave a statement to the police the day he got stabbed, right?
Statement? What kind of statement?
You wrote down a written statement to the Prince George's County Police Department, right?
They didn't ask me what happened from the beginning.
But in your statement to the police, you told them that Mr. Bobo walked up and asked you your name. Isn't that right?
No, sir.
Okay. We've established from this witness that he is denying that Mr. Bobo asked his name the day the alleged attack occurred.
Well,
if you want to make a point that it says that in the police report, then do that. But he's denied it 15 times. If you ask him 100 more times, we're going to have the same result.
You're right. Well, Mr. Newman, showing you, I'm going to mark as Mr. Bobo is exhibit number 1. Do you recognize what I'm
Let me see that first, please. Okay. And what's the, show me the portion you're talking about. Highlight that, because I'm not going to have him read all the pages.
Well, I was just going to point,
All right, just make a mark on the side. Okay. I'm going to read this into the record. This is the PG County Police Department Statement of Victim completed by Robert Fitzgerald Newman. It says, I was on, looks like Boston Street, Boston Street, talking to my friend Debbie Russ when the guy drove past my friend's house and went to another house. The guy parked his car and walked up to my friend's house. He asked me about my name. I told him, why do you need to about my name? I pointed to my shirt, which has the name Robert. With it, he started arguing about a tire that was left in front of the house. So it says here that he asked you his name. Now, if that's not the way you remember it, you can say that's not the way you remember it.
No, that's the way.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Mr. Davies, please. There's your...
So what you wrote in the police statement is incorrect then?
Well, we don't know if that's his writing. We haven't established that.
Okay. Well, is this your writing, Mr. Newman?
No, sir.
Is this your signature at the bottom?
That's my signature, but it's not that's not my handwriting. You can see what my writing like this.
So, where you signed the statement, you read it before you signed it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. They just said, just go ahead and sign it.
When you sign it, after you right above what you signed, doesn't it say, I grant the above statement consisting of 3 pages?
Because when the police filled that out, and stuff, he didn't tell me what all he was writing down on it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a good reader, and I'm a good speller, and stuff, So they filled that up. The police filled that up.
So the police are here telling you what happened. Is that right?
Because I told him what happened, but that's not what happened.
So you're here today saying the police are lying. Is that what you're saying?
I ain't saying the police.
Mr. Dave, Mr. Newman is not saying that anybody's lying. What we're going to do is we're going to have him say what he experienced, and he's done that. Now, if you want to say what he says today, his testimony is different than what's in the police report, you feel free to do that. But unless he says the police are lying, we're not going to say that he's characterizing the police as lying. What he said is he's not a good reader. And what he said is he signed it after they wrote it up, and he didn't read it. And I have to evaluate, and that's for me to evaluate, the credibility. He seems very credible in what he's saying. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so your testimony is you did not read what was in the statement before you signed it. Is that your testimony?
No, sir.
And that you just signed it because the police officer put it in front of you and told you to sign it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the police officer knows you didn't read it, right?
Well, he doesn't know that.
Well, you didn't,
Mr. Newman can't testify as to what the
you didn't pretend to read the statement, did you?
I was just wearing my leg. That's the only thing I was wearing about.
Okay. Well, after you were stabbed that day, you didn't go straight to the hospital, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, didn't you? First you went to your mother's house, right?
Went to my mom's house and called the police.
And you also called your brothers, right?
Yeah. Also, I was calling him when I was going to my mother's house.
Right. And then, well, let me back up. When Mr. Bobo walked up to you, and were you with Mr. Groves by the car?
Yep.
Right. Now you got out of the car and you confronted Mr. Bobo, right?
I got out of the car, but I ain't approached him.
Well, you were arguing with Mr. Bobo, right?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So if it said in your police statement that you were arguing with Mr. Bobo, that would be untrue too. Is that what you're saying?
If I was arguing with him and stuff, and then if you argue with anybody, you're going to come into a fist fight.
So if you argue with someone, you know it's going to turn into a fight.
That's right. That's what I had in my mind.
Right. So
that's why I said, why I want to sit there and argue with the man and stuff, and then it's going to be into a fist fight.
okay.
So
So
I just maintain myself, and I just chilled out.
so you're saying if you start arguing, you know it's turning into a fist fight.
Yeah, because I got a short fuse and stuff, but they other than that's why I sat there and chilled out.
Okay. So and you're saying you did not argue at all that day. Is that what you're saying?
No, sir.
So if your police statement said that you argued, that would be the officer lying about what you said?
No.
Okay, let me ask it this way.
We are not going to have you asking the witness if the officer was lying.